Welcome back to Let the Boys Watch, going great production, a birthday edition. Happy birthday, Ben. Thank you, Ben. Ben picked Ben picked Inception as his movie. He didn't really know what he wanted to do, and he stumbled upon Inception again. Inception is written and directed by our guy, my guy, no meat rider of Christopher Nolan. The cast, it stars Leonardo DiCaprio, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, JGL, Elliot Page, Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy, Tom Berenger, P. Postlewaite, Michael Caine, etc., etc., etc. Alongside me is my good friend Ryan. Ryan, how are you?
I'm doing well, and a happy birthday to you.
Thank
Um,
you.
I, you know what's funny? Sometimes I forget why we started this show, and it's mainly because you, and to a lesser extent, but also Robbie, but haven't seen anything. And when you said Inception, I was like, oh, he hasn't seen that?
No, I've seen it. I've seen it.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but I'm also surprised we haven't done it yet. So
Yeah.
it was
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
a surprise, but a welcome one, as they say.
Yeah. I mean, I there was a couple I had thrown around. I didn't know if I wanted to commit to them. Obviously coming off the Odyssey high, hadn't seen Inception in such a long time, and I think what this movie is not this movie, but the podcast has been showing me like there's so many movies that I watched and probably either got distracted or just didn't, I don't know, really understand. And this was kind of one of those ones that I wanted to go back and just kind of watch with the eyes that have seen a lot more movies and has talked about a lot more movies now, and has dove a lot deeper into Christopher Nolan movies. So I wanted to revisit this one.
Yeah, you got those jealous eyes. I mean, educated eyes.
Elizabeth.
Elizabeth. Um, but yeah, no, it's kind of same. I hadn't seen it in a number of years. I mean, back when did it come out again? 2010.
20,
So,
yeah.
I mean, that was kind of in my wheelhouse of like, I don't know, hit from the blunt and just talk about reality for a while.
Yeah.
So it definitely hits a little different as an older gentleman. And I'm super pumped to talk about it because I have a lot of thoughts and I'm very curious what your thoughts are. Um, I don't know. Before we get into all that, please send us an email, ltbwpodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram. At some point, we'll get back to putting up polls on Fridays. Um, come up with a theme and then you guys vote on what we should watch. And you can also do stuff somewhere else. Benny, tell them about it.
Yeah, please follow us on YouTube. Search for Let the Boys Watch, Inception, or one of the 150 other movies we've watched at this point. House of the Dragon, The Boys, The Bear. If you're into that stuff, we've talked about those extensively on the podcast. But subscribe. It costs you nothing. Instead of having to search for us every week, it'll pop up right on your main screen on YouTube when we drop a new episode every week. Give a video a thumbs up, leave a comment, tell us what you like, tell us what you don't like, comment on the hats we wear, the clothes we wear, how stupid our takes are. We would love to hear from you, and we'd love to talk to you on YouTube.
Speaking of the clothes we wear, we didn't plan this, but the black and red.
No, I think Rhaenyra is influencing you slightly. She's like a worm.
Oh, I hate her.
She walked out of the season 3 and went, Rhaenyra.
Costanza. Um, I mean, yeah, I've been thinking about that show since. So we're out of Westeros for the first time in 2 months,
Yeah.
and back to fake reality in this movie. You said it quickly, but um, is basically the Nolan meat rotting the main reason you picked Inception?
Yeah, 50% that, 50% because I just feel like it was something that we should talk about. I mean, we've run the gamut at this point. I mean, I think maybe we haven't talked about Memento and like his early work. And
Memento. You said it funny. I feel like I would
Memento,
say it memento.
Memento, and the Dark Knight stuff.
Yeah,
So
basically.
we're slowly checking pretty much everything off. So stay tuned. Maybe we'll do Memento sometime soon.
Memento. Memento mori. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so we've talked about Odyssey, Oppenheimer, Tenet, Dunkirk, Interstellar. We'll talk about Inception. Prestige we did, yes.
We did Prestige, yep.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it. It's the Batmans and Memento is like really the only things
And then
left.
like his first film
Yeah.
that I don't think anybody ever talks about. They're just like, oh yeah, he also did this movie.
Yeah. Um, yeah, so all right. Well, like you said, you're a little bit of a meat rider. That's okay. It's okay to ride meat. Meat's delicious.
Hey,
Uh,
I mean, hey, it's good to have favorites.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with having favorites. I
No,
would say I'm a little less of a rider, although I do like a lot of his movies. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure we'll have some dumb takes. Glad you're here. We'll get into some segments later and do some scores, but I guess first, and as always, the birthday boy gets to pick whether he goes first or last. So please, Benny, would you like to go first with an overall impression, or would you like me to?
I will go last on all these topics.
Oh, oh.
About
Um,
I want
all
last
right.
licks.
I love it. Overall impression of Inception is I really, really like it. And I also think it's stupid. So the like the just the whole idea of it, I think is so great. I love interesting movies, like interesting ideas. Like, yeah, do I also love a stupid superhero movie or a dumb drama or like, scary or whatever? Yes, of course. But I like movies that make you think about something. And in this case, it's kind of your perception of reality, dreams, what they mean. Is there some kind of shared dreamscape maybe between people? I'm sure we'll talk about a number of these types of things, but I really, really enjoy it. And there's a lot of scenes that I have thought about over the years as since I've seen it. My problems with it aren't aren't extensive. They're just kind of like stupid nitpicky things, and it's because of the type of movie this is. Um, it's extremely difficult to explain all the, I guess, logic behind in this case, dreams and how people can act in them and what certain things mean. So I understand that not everything is going to be explainable. It's going to be open to interpretation, but I wish there was a little more. Just like the mechanics, what they're actually doing, what effects these have. I feel like one thing I was thinking this time around, and maybe it's because, we both know this, there was periods of time in our lives where we were getting like no sleep, and that was severely affecting our reality, our waking life. How would constantly falling asleep affect your your awake state? I don't know. All the sedatives, like this
Yeah.
must have effects. Um, but having said all that, it's a very beautiful film. I don't think it's my favorite Nolan film, but it's one of. I like this better than the last two, Odyssey and Oppenheimer. So that's where I'm at. Maybe I'd say top three-ish, top five. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I tend to, especially with Nolan for multiple reasons. A, that I don't know, I bought into whatever sauce he's selling. And the fact that it's like not only original ideas, but like very interesting and different original ideas that I kind of just let it go. That like there's these plot holes in it, and I think that that's kind of what he expects from you too. Like he's gonna do his research on like how certain things work, but if he thinks that it doesn't matter that there's this plot hole here or there, like he doesn't care, and he's not gonna like apologize for it and um s sacrifice his vision to like close a plot hole somewhere. So
Right.
I don't know. I kind of just accept that when it comes to it, just because I really enjoyed the filmmaking and the original ideas and kind of the stuff that we see on the screen. And I just feel like every time you get a Nolan movie, you get something you've never seen before, or wonder how they did that, or you're intrigued by, this different concept or a different way of looking at something that, you haven't before. So for that reason, I mean, I think this was my first Nolan. Did was The Dark Knight before this or after, or
Yes, the Dark Knight
it was
was
before?
before.
Okay, so I probably was like, oh, this is the guy that did Dark Knight, and this was kind of my entry into the rest of his stuff. So, but this was definitely the first Nolan original that I saw. Um, and yeah, I remember liking it, but not really understanding it, and that was different this time. I think just sitting there with again the critical eye and hearing a lot more discourse about it and knowing more what to expect this time, I really enjoyed it. I still think I would put quite a few of his movies above this one, but I
Fair.
think it's in that area of, there's nothing that I hate over of him, and we're splitting hairs at that point. So I probably put Interstellar above this. I probably put Oppenheimer and The Odyssey above this. Um, and then after those three, like, everything kind of, even I put Tenet above it. I really enjoyed Tenet.
Really?
Um, yeah, and then everything else is just kind of like I love it all. I like obviously love the Dark Knight stuff. Look, this is right there, and there's no reason to rank the rest of them for me. They're just all there for me to pull at whatever I want. So, um, really enjoyed this watch through. Glad we picked it. Glad I watched it again. Glad it was only 2.5 hours. Um, wasn't ready to commit to a full 315 of something
No.
like that. But yeah, no, I mean, again, the performances. I said something funny where she's like, when you see Joseph Gordon-Levitt in a movie, it really dates it. Like he was like
Kind of
all over,
does.
like it was all over. He was all over the 2010s, and then it was just like gone, and like we don't see him anymore. So,
Which is so
interest,
weird.
yeah, interesting for him to pop back up. Um, love Tom Hardy in this. Tom Bergeron. I mean, just
Oh, the best.
when it clicked on like who that was, I was laughing. But yeah, no, really enjoyed my time with it, and glad we watched it.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it was a good pick. Is this the only the second time you've watched it, or
No, I think it's probably
it's a
like the
couple
third or
times?
fourth. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, the other, like, I probably saw it once in the theater when it came out, and then I did the old hit the Blonsky watch it with some people, so it was like half paying attention, half not.
Yeah, yeah. Bruh, hallway
Sick, dude.
scene sick. Um, he, I would say the one of the bigger things he's been in JGL was uh um the new Beverly Hills Cop. That was pretty
Oh,
enjoyable.
really?
Yeah, and he's been in like literally stuff constantly. And he's got a bunch of stuff coming out too. So like he's he's working. But I feel like you're right. The 2010s really was his era.
Yeah, yeah,
Good for him. I do like him a lot in this and a couple other movies. I feel like he might have, and I don't know this for sure. I'm absolutely saying this without any true knowledge, but I think he got weird. Like he was part of one of the weirdos like retreats, the billionaire weirdo. So like
yeah.
he's sort of somewhere in there, but it might, I'm not saying he's also a weirdo, but maybe.
Scientology adjacent.
I don't know, something. But I'm just talking out of my ass. So let's move on. Um, so I guess I'll just go first every round, it seems like. So would you like to do scores or is there anything else you have to say overall?
Let's go scores.
All right. Um, man, This is tough to score for me. And I want to look at some of my other Nolan scores, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna score it on its own, and I'm gonna go 8.9.
Okay.
Very enjoyable.
I'm gonna go 9.2. Like I said, I think Interstellar was stronger. I think that Oppenheimer was stronger.
Fair.
I think Odyssey was. I don't even know what I would score the Odyssey, but it was just such a spectacle that it takes it above this movie for me. But yeah, 9.2. Still a very strong score. Still riding the meat, and still loving the movie.
Yeah. I just want to see if I can find it quickly. Like Tenet, we all kind of scored a little bit lower. Dunkirk, we're all pretty high. Um, you got a 9.6 on Dunkirk. But yeah, like I don't want to like compare these, but I do. But whatever. Let's not waste time with me looking at my phone like everyone else does in my life. I have a few questions for you, and I'd like to know,
Okay.
since this is your episode, babe, would you like to talk about them now or do some segments? Do it after, or maybe sprinkle them in as we see fit?
Let's do questions now.
All right. So, first question, question one. If you had to pick a totem, what would it be?
Ooh.
It's tough,
It's got to be small enough, right, that you can kind of
right?
like keep it. Oh, pocket watch.
Nice. That's a good
Give me
one.
like an old-timey pocket watch that, the hands go backwards or something different that only I would know about.
I feel like that'd be a good, like, you take it and you can wind it and you would know
Yeah.
how it winds.
Yeah. What
That's
about
a,
you?
damn, that's a good one. I was just gonna go wedding ring.
More to talk about that later, I think.
Yes. Um, so, all right. Um, I guess let's continue on totem or continue on that thought then. Uh, do you think that Cobb's totem was the top or was it something else?
So again, I'm gonna not defer, but say not take full credit for this idea. But I read something on Reddit where someone said that they thought they were both totems for him. Um, Obviously, he seems very paranoid and very like he's very unsure of what's real and what's not a lot of the time. So I think both were. I think the ring was definitely held a little bit more close to the vest, where not everybody knew that that was a totem or anybody knew at all. But the top was kind of like his second layer of security.
It's multi-factor authentication is what it was.
Exactly. He had to wait to get the push
Are
notification
you in
before.
reality? Please do your phone. Yeah.
Enter the code here.
Yeah. We got at work, we got physical keys for some things. What a pain in the butt.
Oh God, like the little UB keys. The
Anyway.
worst.
Um, oh man, I have so many questions. Let's let them sprinkle in. Let's get to some segments.
Okay.
Because I feel like we could talk forever about some of these things. Um, let's do, well, you pick again. You're the big boy this week.
Okay. Let's do least favorite actors.
Oh, or
Let's just get it out of
character.
the way. Yeah, let's just get it out of the way. I don't
Uh,
want to spend time being neg.
yeah. Yeah, if someone says to me, you want the good news first or the bad news first? Always bad first.
Always. Give me a little
Always.
redemption. Give me a
That's
little
right.
redemption.
Because let's be fair. A lot of times, if someone puts it to you like that, the bad news isn't really that bad. It's just like
Yeah.
kind of annoying. Um,
Yeah. If it's really bad, they're going to be like, listen.
yeah. Do you want the bad news or good news? Bad news. Your dog died.
Yeah.
What? What's the good news?
Yeah.
We're having pizza for dinner. Uh,
It's my third cremation of the month, so it's free.
yeah, it's very. Oh yeah. Um, least favorite character. I don't really have. one for this movie, honestly. Like I kind of like them all, even if they're like a smidge annoying. I get if I have to pick one, these are the rules. I have to pick one. I'm gonna go with um his boy, the original architect. I forget what his
Okay.
name is in the movie. But like, I don't know. It just was like such a, and not because he was bad or in any way, shape, or form. It was just like they just like took him away and like that was the end of it. Like,
Yeah.
oh, all
Yeah.
right.
What happened to him? What happened
Yeah,
to him?
he's gone.
They gave him a
But it
retirement
opened the door
package.
up for at the time Ellen, now Elliot Page, to come in and Aradonde or whatever. I forget her name.
Ariadne.
Ariadne, thank you. So I'll go with him. I forget his name. For no other reason other than I don't know. It was just odd the way they just took him away.
So I'll give Ani Mensch to Tom Bergeron from Aya. Because as soon as the movie ended, that was like the first thing she mentioned. She was like, Uncle Peter sucked. I was like, oh,
He was fine when he wasn't in the dreams, I think.
yeah, he seemed fine. Um, for me, again, this is me just picking someone to pick somebody, but for me, I think it's JGL.
Really?
He feels a little too stiff. I don't
Okay.
know. Maybe I was just influenced a little bit by what Aya said, and I don't know. Again, it's not like I thought he was bad or he ruined anything for me. It's just if I had to like watching it, knowing I had to pick somebody, I think I was probably a little nitpicky with him.
All right. Hey, that's fair. Um, I do like him in this movie. I think between this and 500 Days are like my favorite JGLs. I also liked Looper, although not a lot of people care about that movie, but I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's when I saw in the movie, and then I don't think I ever saw it again. Can I request a 5 minute pause?
Of course.
I'm hearing things. Give me 1 second,
Yeah, no problem. And we're back.
and we're back.
Um, I don't remember what we were talking about
So
because
yeah, I ended with JGL as my
yes,
least favorite. We're moving on to
correct. And I was
most
saying that
favorites.
I love him, even though maybe I don't. I don't know. We'll see.
Little man crush, little man crush.
I definitely did. I mean, I think we talked. Hey, look up 500 Days of Summer. I think we watched it. Um, I had a huge man crush on him in that movie because I was like, he's just like me because I was such a sad boy.
He loved the collared shirt under the sweater.
Oh, I definitely did. And this doesn't fit in anywhere, but let's take a quick pause and just say, I love the clothes in this movie.
Yes, very strong wardrobe game.
I mean, if I had unlimited funds for clothing, or just in general, it'd be nice. But I think I would definitely do more often that, like, I guess it'd probably be like English gentleman, sort of. It's
Mm,
like suitish, but there's always like a top coat or a trench or something like that. I fucking love that shit.
I'm with you. I mean, like, I definitely would love to dress more, I guess, formal, or like at least one or two steps above where I need to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in
Like,
every situation, I want to be one or two steps above
like
where I
I'm a
need to
little
be.
overdressed for this, but F these people.
But
I'll
I,
do what I
yeah,
want.
but yeah, I
Yeah.
look good
Yeah. They're
right
just
now.
jealous.
Right now, I skirt the line. Wherever the bottom is, I'm like right above that line.
Oh yeah. Jeans, and if I'm at work, a collared shirt, that's the best you're getting with sneakers.
First thing I do if I win the lotto, I'm getting a personal stylist,
100% bespoke, everything,
every head to toe.
head to toe. Um, all right, so let's do favorite characters. I know you want to go last, but are we doing last or Snake?
Nope, straight. You got the worst. You had the worst record last week, so you
Wow.
get first pick every round.
Oh, okay. Um, all right, so favorite. I'm almost tempted to take JGL just to counter. But I'm not going to. I'm gonna actually pick Maul. Um,
That's a good pick.
and you know what? I think that would be a lot of people might be a little puzzled by that, but I'm very captivated by that character, and she definitely scares me a little bit. Um, and I think scares Leo, the character, Cobb. And it's just, I don't know. It's just every time she's on screen, I'm like, oh shit. Uh-oh. Something's going
What's she gonna
down.
do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what's gonna
yeah,
happen? Um, and I think also there's a lot of good characters. So it, it's hard to stand out in my mind like watching this movie when like you could say any character and I'd be like, good pick.
yeah.
So
What I liked about her this time, um, is I feel like I understood her character more, especially when we get the reveal of why she killed herself and kind of the spiral that she was in, but also the version of Mal that you're getting is not only his guilt, but like the incomplete, like he even, he says
yeah,
like,
he says it. Yeah.
I don't remember you the way that you should be remembered. Like I
Yeah.
don't remember
You're a
all of
shade.
your, yeah, I don't remember all of your good qualities or even all of your imperfect qualities. Like this is just what I remember. Plus, it's the evil version of her that's in his mind, trying to pull him back to, um, that limbo state. So yeah, I have much more appreciation for the character, and the performance this time than I probably did when I was, I don't know, 25 when this movie came out, 24.
Yeah. Yeah. We were probably just like, why is she so mean? Like,
She's
what's your
so,
problem?
guys, chicks, bro.
Yeah, chicks, man.
Um, yeah, I mean, listen, it's my favorite. We're gonna probably have a lengthy Ani Mensch section, but I'm gonna go Leo. It's just, he's so fucking good, man. Like, just like in everything, he is, it's Leo. You're happy that it's Leo, but you also always get lost in the character. Even when it's like different shades of the same character and he still has some of the same mannerisms, like he's just so believable in everything that he does. And this is just, I want to say probably again, being the edge lord that I was in my 20s, late teens, probably hated Leo. And this might have been, I think, the turning point for me. Like, wow, he's actually a really good actor. Um,
I think I
so
could agree with that. Maybe Shutter Island for me, but
y-
yeah,
yeah, so um, I don't know. This is definitely always going to be one of those performances from him that I remember from when I was younger that really kind of awoken, the true kind of potential that he had. So I'll go with Leo. He's obviously with the character we spent so much time with in this movie. Is he crazy? Is he not? He just want to get back to his kids however he can? I love those moments where he comes out and he's spiraling a little bit and like doesn't know again what's real, what's not. This whole Mal thing is getting worse and he can't control it and he's trying to hide it, but he can't. And just that whole, when she comes on the freight train, when they first get into, Fisher's dream, and like the way he's like trying to defend it from everybody for not saying that he knew that there was the possibility of limbo. And I don't know, I just I love his character, I love his performance, and he's Leo and he's always gonna be one of our favorites on this show.
it's true. And I have so I agree. There was a turning point for edgelords such as ourselves in the early 2000s because Leo was like the heartthrob to the, Titanic, whatever. It was actually probably 2002 because both Gangs of New York and Catch Me If You Can came out that year.
Oh, maybe it was Catch Me If You Can for me.
Yeah. And then after that, The Aviator, Departed, Blood Diamond, Revolutionary Road, Shutter Island, Inception, and then on and on. Like
Yeah, yeah.
wild. What a
I think
lineup.
out of all those movies I saw at an appropriate time, it was probably Catch Me If You Can and Shutter Island.
Probably.
I think everything else oh, or maybe Aviator too. Everything else I still hadn't seen or saw later on.
Yeah. But I feel like I definitely had that that thought as well. Just like going into whichever movie it was, being like, Leo's all right, I guess. Like I'm not a huge fan and coming out being like, all right, he's that dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it's
he's so
like
good.
he's cool. He's cool.
Yeah.
Um, one thing I have to bring this up because I didn't notice it until this viewing. His full name is Dom Cobb, and I hate it.
I was
Hate
waiting
it.
to drop in a Bob Cobb reference
Yeah.
from
It just
Seinfeld.
it just made it like I don't know, it made him like goofy. Like I was just like, Dom Cobb.
Agreed.
Ugh.
Agreed. I mean, I saw somewhere that like Dom is the Sanskrit word for dream, but
Yeah.
like then why Cobb?
Yeah. Make it something else.
Like what Cobb is just I don't know. It just
Dom
it's
McDreamies.
yeah, it seemed rhymey, but it doesn't naturally rhyme. I
Yeah.
don't know.
And I kept thinking because JGL was in it, he was in a movie called Don John. And I just kept thinking of both of them in my head at the same time.
It's movieception.
Yeah, it is. Um, all right, yes. Ani mentions, I know you've been going last, but go first, please. He's a birthday
Yeah, I
boy.
mean Tom Hardy. Like
Great.
again, this is probably I'll probably again eat my words on this too, but one of the first things I really remember him being in, I mean, obviously Dark Knight Rises, but he's got a mask on the whole time, and I probably didn't care about actors like that. So, this is really the first thing where I probably saw him in, and he's just great. He's the perfect counter to JGL's kind of like buttoned up character. So, you got that dynamic between the two of them, and I just thought Tom Hardy was good.
Yeah, he was awesome. I think I knew him from Rock and Roller, but we did we watch that fairly recently?
I think you watched it when I was in Japan.
Yes, you are correct. Um, so yeah, that was a good one. But that was the first thing I saw him in, and yeah. Um, all right, Tom Hardy. I'm gonna call out. I mean, I really like Elliot Page in this movie. Um, and I'm gonna mention it now because we're talking about them, him,
They, yeah,
they.
them.
Okay. Or I mean the character in the movie. There's a theory that I read that I particularly enjoy is that she in the movie was an extractor hired possibly by Michael Caine uh, as the father-in-law to find out if Cobb actually killed
Oh,
Marion Cotillard.
I like that. The one that I saw was similar but different, where she is there to incept him to get over it.
Yes, that's also a possibility.
So I do like that theory too, though.
Yeah. And she kind of plays the if it's neither or some other thing that she's supposed to be doing. I also like the idea that she's almost kind of like um I don't know if there's like a name for it, but like the audience connection or
Well,
like
that's what I said. She's
narrator-ish.
like 100% a plot device to like
Right.
explain everything that is going on with
Yeah.
Bob Cobb.
Bob Cobb.
Like that's you essentially get all of the mal info because she's nosy
Oh yeah,
and
100%.
she's
And
sticking her nose in everything.
yeah. Because I stuck my nose in someone else's business. Sorry. Um, yes, I love either one of those theories. And one of the things I love about this movie that I didn't mention off the top is similar to a lot of the, Westeros talk that we have is like the theory crafting and the just the discussion after the fact. Like that's what makes this movie so like rewatchable for me is just like noticing different things and I think like this Tenet, Interstellar, like those types of movies, Memento by Nolan that are just like so thought-provoking. And whether they're stupid or good or whatever, it's a fun ride every time. Oh
Yeah,
well.
and I wish I remember the name of the channel. But one of my favorite things about Tenet was like literally just watching this like hour and a half video of this guy like literally explaining the entire movie.
Wow.
And he shows himself. He's like, this was me at the beginning when I started editing this video, and this is me now, like literally 9 months later.
Wow.
Um, but it's like you said, it's the conversations you can have after these movies. Like I understand why people don't like Tenet, 100%. But there's like the reason I end up liking something like A Song of Ice and Fire or Breaking Bad or something like that where there's just like this intense conversation around like what's going to happen, what does this mean, what's the lore behind this, what's the lore behind that, and like that's originally why I tended to stay away from movies for the most part because I hated the fact that on a for a long movie it's 2 3 hours and that's all the story that you get. I love these like long drawn out stories that you can spend hours and hours and hours with, and I get all that detail. So I think that's kind of why I end up liking Nolan more than Scorsese. Like when I texted you after the Odyssey, like, hey, no, there's no debate anymore. Nolan's the GOAT for me, is because I get that's like that middle ground where I can then dive deeper into this topic. Whereas Scorsese, as great as he is, like the movie is the movie. Goodfellas is Goodfellas. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you get everything that you need in that 3 hours. And then, like,
Right.
that's just the story. Whereas Nolan is like, whether he's trying to or not create discussion, he's just building this, like, mini universe with all this stuff with original ideas that, like, then you can go dissect later. Or in my case, have someone explain it to you because you're an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. Or read an article or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And not every movie has to be that way, but I enjoy it when it is.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's why like these are some of my favorites.
Right.
Like I said, there are the other ones like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. I gave it 10. Boom, in and out, just dudes being dudes, and
Yeah.
then I'm done.
Mates being mates.
Yeah, mates being mates.
Um, any other Ani Menches character wise?
I mean, I like is it Yosep,
Yes.
the chemist?
Yes.
Just because he's a good character, but also because the last scene he does in that dream is just give him the finger as he's backing off. So like the perfect end to that scene. So
Yeah.
I liked him too, and I liked him in the Odyssey.
Yeah. Um, I like Saito. Just an
Hmm.
interesting character.
Did you see the reason why he got cast in this movie?
No.
He was in The Dark Knight Rises or The Dark Knight, and Nolan was upset that he didn't have a bigger part in those movies. So he wanted
Interesting.
him to be in this movie so he could have a bigger role. Like he
Oh, I
liked
didn't know that.
Ken Watanabe, I think.
Ken Watanabe, yeah.
He liked him so much that he wanted to have him back in a bigger role.
Yeah. I like him. I mean, Cillian Murphy, like for sure.
Yeah, Cillian Murphy was my gonna be my
Is
other
it
honorable
Killian or
mention.
Cillian?
It's Cillian. I don't think
Uh,
anybody would murder you over Cillian, but he's just another one. I don't know if you could say he's under the radar because of Oppenheimer, but he's just fantastic and doesn't get maybe he's more picky, but he doesn't get as many roles as he should, and he doesn't get as much love as he should.
yeah. Um,
And I think Oppenheimer might have killed him
maybe.
because he looks so much older now.
Yeah. Um, oh, he also, yeah, I mean, he did all the Peaky Blinders, but yeah, Oppenheimer was his probably biggest thing so far. Um, I have one last Ani Mensch, and it's not so much the character, but what the character says. And I think it was extreme unintentional comedy. But during the first chase, when the projections are coming after Leo and who's he with at that time? I think that was just him and Tom Hardy. I'm pretty sure. But the one of the projections goes, or was it in real life they were chasing him? Doesn't matter.
When they were in Mombasa,
Yes.
yeah, it was
Was
real
that real
life.
life? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or was it?
We don't know.
Um, the one thug goes to him, "Not dreaming now, are you?" And what a
So,
line.
so stupid.
That's so corny, but fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, all right. So we'll go least favorite scenes first.
Yeah. I'm gonna, okay. I have it.
You want to go
But
first? All right, go
no,
first.
you go first.
You
You
go
go first.
first. Okay. I don't really have one. I, for lack of a better choice, um, ugh, I'm gonna go with, and this is gonna sound weird, but the the last scene, mainly because I think it's a dream,
I
but
don't think it's a dream.
okay, we can argue later. Uh, but I feel like it was one step short of everyone giving Leo high fives as he walked out of the
Oh,
plane.
that part.
That main part, like somewhat connected with the last, but like that specific part of it almost makes it seem like a dream to me because it was like too easy, too perfect. So Saito calls, and 20 minutes later, he's just walking
Out of the
free.
database. Nobody.
Murder. It wasn't like
Yeah.
some white collar crime. Not to say that
Yeah.
I'm sure people get off with that type of stuff all the time, but like, was Saito, if Saito was that powerful, then he absolutely does not need Inception against with one of his competitors. He would just crush them.
Yeah. I could see that. Because that was the one thought I had too is like, who did he call?
President?
Let's say he called, okay, but he called the president. That's so high up on the president's priority list that like it's gonna get out of every system within 15 minutes. Because
I
like you
mean,
would like even if whatever got dismissed or just all went away, you would think like he would have still been flagged.
right.
And then like they dug into it and like actually, you know what? Charges
Yeah, you're
dropped.
good.
It's all good. But they're just like, welcome home. I know that he saw the passport with all the stuff, all the
Yeah, it
stamps in
wasn't.
it,
I
and
feel
was
like I
like,
saw a lot of things where people were like, they say welcome home. Like, it wasn't a personalized welcome home. Like,
right. It
oh,
wasn't
you've
like,
been
oh,
gone for so long. No, he's just an immigration agent, not an
well, no,
immigration agent.
I think it was personalized in a way where like, because he flips through
Oh, right. And he sees he hasn't been.
all,
Yeah.
and he hasn't been like, he's been in all these different places, and the last time he was in the U.S. So I think there was a touch of the welcome home,
Yes,
like
you're right.
that
But
was
not like a
personal.
personalized Mr. Cobb, welcome
Yeah,
home.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Your charges have been dropped, by the way, because I know this as a customs agent.
Yeah, 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 yeah. The entry level TSA guy at
Yeah.
customs.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
So yeah, I mean, I didn't have a great one. That's my pick because I was very skeptical about that whole thing.
So my pick is Ariadne jumping off the building to give her the kick. It just looked like that Creed video. Like it just I don't know, like the CGI or whatever or the digital editing just didn't look that
The smidge
great.
janky.
Yeah, it was a little janky and like I said it reminded me of the Creed video where he jumps off the cliff. So
Was that the "Can you take me higher"?
it was
Was that
that
a
or
different one?
the what I forget what song that is. One of the three songs that they had. It's not With Arms Wide Open, and it's not Can You Take Me Higher. I don't know. I'll find it later and I'll tell
All
you.
right. Um, I will say there was a few
6 feet
like
from the edge.
I don't even know
Hold
that
me
song.
now, 'cause I'm 6 feet from the down and now. I'll
No
send it to you.
idea. Okay, I can't wait.
You made
Um,
me sing on the podcast. I hate you.
I feel like that jumping looked this the special effects looked a little janky and also and I love the scene so much, but the scene in the cafe when everything's
The
blowing up around
books are
him,
exploding. Yeah.
it just looked a little weird. That's all. It wasn't
I w
bad, and I
I
still
wonder if
liked
that's
it.
why he hates digital effects so much.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Um, but no, good choice. Um, favorite scene. Um, there's like two main ones. I think I'm gonna go ahead and pick it. And I would say I know that the way the scenes are sometimes are kind of like they're intertwined with all the levels. So I'm gonna separate some of the levels by picking a favorite scene of like the hotel in the hallway. I think that's like the easy pick, and that's what everyone remembers. But like, it's so sick. It's
Yeah, it's
awesome.
really cool.
Yeah.
It's it's again, I mean, I know how, we've seen how they did it, but also
Yeah.
like how the fuck did they do like
Right. Yeah.
it reminded me of the which was so sick about Tenet is the backwards fighting scene.
Yes.
Like when he's fighting the reverse version of himself, like just I understand how they did it, but also like
How
how
the
did you do
F did
that?
you do that? Yeah.
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 Um, Great pick. I for me, there's so many, and I, I'm gonna go with when Saito realizes that they're in the dream within the dream, and you're like, all right, this is gonna get fucking weird. Like right off
Fair.
the bat, like you get okay, they were in a dream. Your dream, this wasn't good enough for me. Like you're sloppier than I thought, and then he realizes that he's in the dream within the dream, and then like I said, it's just, um, it's just you just know you're in for kind of a mind F of a movie at that point.
Yeah. Um, I feel like when you first saw it, did you know what you were getting into?
No,
Okay, so like when that scene happens, you're like, okay, very like Matrix-esque first scene. And you're just like, oh, it's gonna be one of those. All right, buckle up.
yeah, yeah. Um, but that's again, I think, one of the plot holes. I feel like again, my stupidity is probably not even a plot hole, but like he gets killed, the architect. Why doesn't the dream like immediately end there for everybody?
I, these are
Right?
some
Like
of the mechanics that I don't understand.
yeah, like he wakes up at that point, right? So why isn't like the dream like it's just over at that point?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Also, why can't it's a dream? Why can't people do whatever they want? Why not fly around?
Because I think that it's like when Ariadne, like everything starts blowing up around her, like you need to be controlled in the fact that you're in the dream. And like if you're not, if you're Fisher or like this is your first time where you're just realizing it's a dream, you either freak out and the whole thing kind of collapses, or I don't know, you just don't know how to control it at that point. I would think that that would be my explanation of it.
I mean, fair explanation. I'd feel like, yes, if you did something crazy, the subconscious would attack. And that's what, when they illustrate that by everyone starts to look at them, they focus on them, and then in some cases attack them. But like as that's happening or before that's happening, I don't know, turn into
That
the Incredible Hulk or something like
yeah.
something crazy and just like
Why are you ever in danger if you know that it's a
right.
dream?
Yeah.
Like I get why, and even like they kind of skirt around it a little bit when Tom Hardy pulls out the fucking grenade launcher when he's
That's
like,
what
"You
I'm
need to
talking
just
about.
dream a little bigger, love."
It's a
Like,
great darling.
yeah, like at that point, like, why are you? If it's your dream and you've constructed this dream and you know it, how are you still vulnerable to the security at that point? You know what I mean? Like, you could devise ways around it. But I don't know.
And
I guess you get into the point where, like they said, if you start messing with too much, it becomes unstable.
right.
I don't
And
know.
also, like we said quickly earlier, and it goes for so many of these types of movies, fantasy, sci-fi, like etc., where there's fantastical elements that don't exist in the real world. There's gonna be, you can pick holes in it pretty easily. Like that. How does he get a grenade launcher? Like, I don't know, but like, can everyone else do stuff like that? And okay, he pulled out a grenade launcher. Why not pull it out all the time? Or pull out a
Yeah.
rocket launcher? Or like go bananas? Like, why do all this like hand-to-hand combat? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, with House of the Dragon, it's like you got dragons.
Yeah. What are we
Just
doing?
use the dragons all the time. Why are you having actual battles?
Yeah. What are we doing? Um, and then this is always going to be my nitpick for all movies like this, but it makes me insane that these are not like real people, these projections. They can't aim guns to save their life.
Still
And and it's all these types of movies. The bad guys can never aim. The good guys are always sniping
falling down,
everybody.
one shot with a handgun from
Get out of
50
here.
yards.
And
Yeah.
and car doors are like bulletproof. Like that van that Yusuf was in and they were sleeping in got shot the F up and like, eh, we're good.
We're good.
Yeah.
Flips.
The windows. Just get the windows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To bounce back to a little earlier point, the subconscious turning on them was a point that I didn't remember, and I was like, "Oh,
Hmm.
that's a cool kind of way to explain it." So there were definitely a lot of things that like I forgot or just didn't register with me and stayed. I did like that explanation as to like the subconscious realizing what's going on and attacking the person that's altering stuff. So
Yeah. Like they said, like white
it's
blood
both
cells
sides,
attacking
right?
a
Like,
virus.
yeah, it's both sides, like, right? Like there's that attention to detail for something like that. But then also like I said, just hand wave this. Like, who cares?
Well, that's the thing, and it's like you can't explain everything, or it's gonna be a 6 hour movie. Um, so you just have to kind of like enjoy it and suspend disbelief for a lot of things like this. And I I'm complaining just for the sake of conversation to a certain extent, but like again, I gave it an 8.9. I do like this movie a lot.
Yeah.
Um, where are we? Ani mentions on character on scenes? Yes. Ani
Yeah.
mentions on
Go
scenes.
ahead. Go ahead.
Um, I mean, I gotta give it to the scene of Ara, how do you say her name?
Ariadne.
Ariadne and Don Cobb. Um, when when they're going through and he's showing her like how to do this and like she's doing all this crazy stuff. I mentioned a little maybe some janky CGI, but I still like the scene a lot. And then like when the city folds on top of itself and the mirror thing, like just a lot of cool stuff. Um, and like I don't think we've mentioned this yet, but like I remember when I first saw it, I was kind of like, all right, I didn't really understand it, but like, cool. That was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. That was like kind of like the mind-blowing moment
Yeah.
in theaters and stuff. I'm gonna go with the just on a couple of levels, the Mr. Charles scene.
Yeah.
Just between like them being like, it's never gonna work. You've tried this before, it didn't work. And then not only the explanation of what they're trying to do, and then you have Tom Hardy showing up as the woman, and then Mr. Charles like, pointing out the phone number, but then again, like the actual gambit that he's playing with him of telling him and convincing him that he's on his side and that he's in the dream. Just a great like that's the most extended scene that we get between Leo and Cillian Murphy. So of course it's going to be, two heavyweights just going at it. So I loved the Mr. Charles scene. I loved, just the way that the two of them played off each other and him pointing out, look, the weather's weird, gravity's weird. This like you're noticing all these different things. And then, when he gets into the bathroom and Fisher pulls out the gun and he's ready to kill himself and just how calm Leo stays like, you don't want to do that. I don't think you want to do
Remember your
that.
training.
Yeah, so that's my Ani Mensch because like I guess I just like the two of them going toe to toe, acting
Yeah.
wise.
Yeah. It's a good choice. Um, quickly, that's something else. How does Tom Hardy's character like do these glamours?
Change fate, yeah. Again, I mean
Go to
he
the
knows
house
how
in
to.
black and white?
Yeah, for real, faceless man. Like, does he? That's the same thing with the pulling out the gun, though. I guess where like you can change reality. I don't
Just
know. I don't
manifest
know.
things. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It's
But
cool.
then you look in the mirror, and he's himself. I don't know.
I don't know. I'll say, I mean, there's a number of cool scenes. We could probably pick many, and feel free to pick as many as you want, but I'm gonna just go with one last one and say again, even though I sort of picked it for for my least favorite, but the last scene as my favorite because I think it's a great conversation starter. It makes you think, it makes you want to argue with your friends and strangers on the internet. Um, so I gotta I do love it, even though parts of it bothered me.
So let's end with that. I'll give my last Ani mention, and then we'll end
Yeah,
there. Um, and shit, now I started thinking about that. I forgot my last Ani mention.
it's okay.
Um, all right, let's just get into it.
The
Um,
James Bond snow scene
of course.
reminds me of a
Uh,
golden eye level.
oh, I know what it was. The scene that we got between Michael Caine and Leo, where he's like, this is the job or whatever. Again, just a really good scene where, I love Michael Caine's character being like, dude, come back to reality. Like, just seeing how insane that this looks, but again, you're getting that emotion from Bob Cobb. Um, yeah, it's such a short scene, but again, it's just two heavyweights going at it.
Yeah. And lastly, that reminds me, I did want to bring up one thing I would have loved a little bit more exposition on is just how did this come to be? They just said like the army, uh,
Yeah.
military was effing
Well, we
around with
needed
dreams.
yeah, we needed a place for the soldiers to just go wild on each other.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, so
So before I get into why I think that it's real, because it's going to be super short anyway,
yeah,
what do you think of the fact that a lot of people had the criticism of ending it on the top when they think that the meaning behind it, him walking away from the top, is that at this point he doesn't give a shit either way. If
he's
it's a
with his
dream or it's
kids.
not, like he's given into the fact that like he's going to see his kids. Um, what do you think about that?
I I can I can get behind that. I mean, I don't necessarily agree, but totally understand like in a spin and then pan to him with the kids, but the top doesn't fall down, I think would have been a better ending. But the way he did end it, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I mean it did the I don't know if he wanted this much discussion about it, but it's probably one of those happy accidents where like literally people to this like you could have picked a Reddit thread from a year ago, 6 years ago, 8 years ago when the movie first came. Like people are still going on and on about it, and it's just because maybe you think that there was a better way to end it, but in some ways it's the perfect ending
Yeah.
because and again, like I don't know if because I think he's come out and said like either downplayed some things or said he's not going to talk about it anymore or give anything away. I don't think he expected there to be this much
No,
discussion about it.
no. But I don't think he's ever like confirmed either one. Like he's basically, I think, like base tried to say like it's whatever
He
you
definitely
think,
said
decide for
he
yourself.
exactly, but he also said that he people have said that the kids are wearing the same stuff that they were wearing in the dreams, and he explicitly came out and said that they're not wearing
Yeah.
the same clothes as they were in the dreams.
Yeah, I saw him say that.
I mentioned it earlier. I don't think it's a dream, and I don't know. I think if you would have asked me 50 times from the time I saw the movie until now, I would have given you different answers, probably half and half. But I think the thing that convinced me the most is that he's not wearing his ring in the split second that you
It's so
see.
tight. It's hard. I
Yeah,
looked.
yeah. I mean, I've
It's
still like
tough.
actually saw somebody slow it down. And again, I mean, it could have been, but he is wearing it in the dreams only.
I
So
think I did read, and I didn't confirm, but I did read that in one of the earlier sequences, it was opposite of what you think. And I apologize, but it was like he wasn't wearing a ring in a dream, or he was wearing a ring in reality.
in reality,
Um, so, then of that, of course, leads people to think like, well, maybe the whole thing is a dream, and none of this is real. I could
well,
get behind that too.
and I also saw too, like a lot of times when he's in the dream, and this goes to the totem theory, like is the ring the totem? Is a lot of times in the dream, he's purposely hiding his hand, like the
Yeah.
wedding ring hand, like his hand's in his pocket or he's got something in front of it. So, and I think that's what a lot of people were saying, why they think that's the totem is like he's purposely hiding it from everybody seeing that he wears it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with what you said before. Like I've flipped back and forth over the years of what I think. I just I don't know. The thing that made me think this time around that it was like oh, it's definitely a dream is the the length of time that the top spun. And I don't know, there was a dreamy quality to me about the
Him coming off
airport
the
scene.
plane. Yeah.
So
I saw
again,
someone also say they make it a point of being like, how did you, in the dream, how did you get here? And
right.
that's kind of the thing that tips people off is like, oh, if you come to think about it, like, I don't know how I got here. And again, it just could be a long dream or whatever, but they make a point to show him going there. You know what I mean? Like, so not the strong, not the strongest evidence, I don't think, but I think with all the things adding up, it kind of is just like another point in my direction of it leads me to believe that it's real.
Yeah. Yeah, I could be very easily convinced either way. Um, but for right now, I'll say I think it's a dream. Um, for the first time, I got weirdly emotional when he saw his kids
When the kids
because
actually turn around
I'm
fully.
in a different place in my life now. But
Yeah.
it's and that's the other thing about this movie. Yeah, we can nitpick it, or I can nitpick it, whatever. But like every time I watch it, it makes me think differently, or not think differently, but think differently of it.
Hmm.
Um, I love that. Like, not a lot of movies are like that.
Yeah. And I know that I said that, I would watch 10. And again, I really like a couple months out. Like, I really don't have the appetite to watch it anytime soon. I'm sure I will. Whereas Inception, I feel like I probably could. It's a little less heavy
Yes.
that I could probably watch it again a lot sooner than I
Yeah.
would Tenet.
It's a little more palatable, even though it's also confusing. I mean, uh, eh, Nolan loves just like time dilation and like just I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the kind of cool thing about it is like if you're a nerd for that kind of stuff, especially like I said with Interstellar, like that was like right in my wheelhouse of like, knowing enough to sound like I know what I'm talking about with space, but really knowing very little.
Nothing.
Um, that was just kind of like in my wheelhouse of like playing with, gravity and how time affects you differently depending where you are and how close and how fast you're going and how strong the gravity is. So you're right. He really does either love a non-linear story or just fucking with time in some way.
Yeah. Um, I wonder what's next for him. Hopefully, it's like maybe
I
we.
mean, now that we're saying this too, it very much reminds me of Dunkirk with the way they play with time,
Yeah.
where like one storyline is like a couple of hours, one is 2 days, and another one is like a week of a story, which is kind of like the layers of the dream.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Um, I think it'd be hilarious if he did like a rom-com or like
He said, I think his next movie he wants to do. He's very intrigued by doing a horror movie.
Okay.
So I wonder if he just does a straight horror movie. Because I think some of the stuff in, especially the scene with the witch in the Odyssey,
Mm,
he was really enjoying doing kind of like that freaky stuff with the
like
practical
creepy, yeah.
effects and like yeah.
Cool. Um, all right. Um, I mean, I know there was other things I wanted to talk about this movie, but in the interest of time, is there anything else you'd like to bring up about
No, and I mean, if you made it this far, first of all, thank you. And
yeah.
if we didn't talk about something you didn't want to talk about or you wanted us to talk about, let us know. Like I said, leave a comment on the YouTube video, email us. If you don't email, if someone doesn't email us in the next 6 weeks, I'm shutting the whole email operation down. It's just over. But no, if we didn't talk about something you wanted, you
But
were
wait,
expecting
Ben,
to
we need it
hear,
for to sign into things.
don't tell them that.
Damn it.
Uh, yeah, if there's something you want us to talk about, let us know. We have no qualms about revisiting something that we previously talked about.
Yeah, remember. Um, so yeah, we love you, and we'll see you next time. Benny, tell him good night.
Good night. Good night. Good night for each dream that you're in.
Good night, birthday boy.
Good night.
He needs to learn the way I learned from my father, the way he learned from his father. Let